Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Serio10 here today with Burn 1, and I'm going to be giving you guys a Dirt Rune deck profile with some gameplay and some commentary. That's right. So, as we know, right now, Dragon, probably one of the best decks, but it's got a lot of weak points in the early game, and that's what this deck is definitely trying to capitalize on. It's just all of the cards that create the little earth sigils, which then you're going to be able to trade in the later game for things like Levi to get the Crimson Sorceries, and hopefully be able to use 7, so that we can use Riley as board clear, maybe get something like Sword to be able to clear Victorious Blader, sorry, and then Superior Contractor will be able to summon the Holy Lion King to be able to produce 5 storm damage out of nowhere, and of course we have cards like Juno that on turn 4 will be able to use a single Earth Sigil in order to summon 3 Guardian Golems spread across 3 turns. The nice thing is, though, is that spawns 1 at the end of your opponent's turn, which can be converted into 5 storm damage with an Evo, and you can combo that with cards like Acid Golem to be able to get 20 damage out of basically nowhere and punish your opponent for not warding up. But yeah, let's get right into the games, and I hope you guys enjoy. And so here we go, game 1, we're against Dragoncraft. That's right, one of the most popular decks on the ladder for obvious reasons. It's absolutely insane with the amount of heal it has, and with as aggressive it is. So, looking at this opening hand, I don't really have any things to summon an Earth Sigil on 1, so I don't like this hand. I want to be able to get those... I want to get those things down early, and I want to be able to combo them out. So now we have a nice curve, 1, 2, 3. Able to put down the Rune of Rubble. When it gets destroyed, it lets us draw a card. Very nice, because we're going to be able to pair that with the Levi in order to pop it to get the Crimson Sorcery, but then also because he got removed, boom, we get an additional draw. And opponents has the ability to both produce a discard and remove our card, so that's pretty good for them. But I'm just going to use the magical reserves in order to get the 3 count on the Earth Sigil in order to be able to advance my game plan going forward. Got the Rune of Rubble into the removal just to get some draw and get those counts up. And since we have 2 Covetous Witch, I'm going to put 1 down in order to, once again, just to get that Earth Sigil count up to be able to pair with our Acid Golems later. And once again, we're seeing what happens is they have these in-between turns where all they're doing is digging through their deck, and it gives us time to be able to just dig. And then I can put this thing down, and I'm just going to Evo it, just because extra counts on the Earth Sigil are always nice. I don't know how long the game's going to go, so it's like the best raw Evo I can do. And of course, I'm very scared that they're gonna put out a board that I can't answer soon. And the Mermaid Songstress, that's a newer card that I haven't seen that one that much from these lists. I'm gonna drop down the Junko, I'm gonna drop down the Levi, and I'd rather just hold the Evo because this card, he's at 20 health, killing it's not gonna do anything for me. And of course, this thing comes down, starts discarding cards, hitting face. However, unfortunately for him, that's the end of the game because we have the Crimson Sorcery for 3, double Acid Golem for 12, and as we can see here, he's only at 5 health, so the Guardian Golem Evo will clear up the game. Single ward would have stopped all that though, but he didn't have it, so we take that W. And here in game number 2, it's versus Swordcraft, one of the other most popular decks on the ladder. The new rally cards with like General Maximus and all of those other things are all very powerful. Feel like it's very good, especially in a dragon, at like producing really wide boards. Seeing the Sorcerer in the hand early, I decided I would just keep it. It's not a bad 2-drop. So yeah, once again, Ruler of Rubble. There's 6 cards in the deck that are 1-drops that cantrip after being like removed, because they're the 4 mana card also has an accelerate for 1. I use Junko just to be able to get the second one down, so that way I can draw 3 this turn, digging deeper into the deck. And I figure the Runer of Rubble is less good than everything else in my hand. Now I'm in a bit of a weird spot. So I'm going to go in here with this. Remove that thing just in case. And then luckily I drew a card to not get punished for using the removal spell. I didn't want to use the magical reserves immediately just because, like, these decks can go really wide, and sometimes the magical reserves is a huge punish on these wide boards. So, I wanted to hold it just in case. But right here, Levi plus Evo plus the Witch is actually using all 4 of our Earth Sigils and removing my opponent's board. It's a little too much for them to come back from, I feel.
Was my power not enough?
And just to get a card out of hand, I guess, or to get the Earth Sigil up. I don't know if that one was the right play.
This newfound satisfaction
We see Octrus coming down. Having to copy the Levi because an Earth Sigil doesn't do a lot for Sword. We see a fusion to draw a card. And a clear, and then this Arson Lupin. I actually have the clear here if I want to with the magical sediment. Or I can just clear here. Summon a Juno. Summon a Contractor and push some face damage here. While also getting a massive board. And Kagemitsu comes down, but sadly he doesn't really have a lot to go with it. And we're going to see a monochrome endgame afterwards. And he's going to have to trade the Kagemitsu in order to hopefully be able to get it to work in 2 more turns.
Stealing is an art.
We see him removing the Earth Sigil spawner from the 1-drop, using the Lupin. But sadly for him, my guy does come down. I'm going to be able to use the extra Juno in my hand to create an Earth Sigil, getting the 2 count so I can use the Earthen Fist, plus the Crimson Sorcery, plus Evoing the Guardian Golem for exact lethal here, cleaning up the game nicely. And yeah, that's it for the games. Overall, I think this deck is pretty good. I don't know... I think you have a lot of things that are both good against Dragon and Sword, which are some of the biggest things on the ladder. Being able to produce large amounts of damage out of seemingly nowhere using cards like the Juno and getting the Guardian Golem at the beginning of turn. Sadly, though, I feel like at times it is difficult to find some of the cards. Like, you have some draw cards that are low impact on the board, like Broomwitch, and it is like a little awkward at times, right? So things like Victoria's Blade or a sword deck can just like put down, and if you haven't found the Riley yet, you probably have lost the game like immediately. And the Dragon deck, if you're not able to put the pressure on early enough, like I did in that one game, sometimes they'll just get some wards out, the Blanc and Nora come down, and then you'll just be unable to actually see a lot of forward progress after that. But as long as you get the good early game going, you are a extremely powerful combo/aggro deck. But yeah, that's it for this video. Wait till next time. I'll probably end up doing... Oh, what's the next best deck on the ladder? Probably Sword. We'll do Sword next time.